Hey folks, how's it going? Welcome back to another great week of learning here at Milton High School, and welcome to Do Now video number 100. Alright, so as we prepare to move on, ordinarily this would be MCAS week, or approaching that at least. Let's continue to think about how we can make this a successful week for us and continue to push forward so that Course 3 honors will be a really positive experience for us. Okay, so I took this problem off the test. It was really great to see the high level of participation. I really appreciate that. So in the diagram below of circle C, MQT is 140 and MP is 40. What is the arc measurement of RS? This was a question that appeared on the quiz, and I chose, or the test, whatever you want to call it. I am choosing this question because it was one that we kind of disagreed on. All right, so take a moment, see if you can, in kind of, hindsight, solve it, and then when you're ready, unpause, and you can see what I got. All right, so this had to do with a special angle measurement from section 19.5. Okay, if you haven't watched that video, I really recommend that you consider doing that, because I think you'll find that this will have some of the information you're looking for. And there's some accompanying GeoGebra sketches that I did on that as well. So basically, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to remember that the measurement of this is equal to 1/2 the difference of the bigger arc, which is QT, minus the smaller arc, which is unknown. Now here's the thing. Why is it always the biggest minus the smallest, Mr. Murray? Well, the reason is, imagine if it was the other way around, you'd get a negative number. That's not going to make sense in terms of an angle. So we always want to use the biggest minus the smallest, right? Think about that, right? You can't have a negative measurement. So what do we know? Well, we know that the measurement of QT is 140. That was given. And this is actually, by the way, a formula for the measurement of P. And we know that P is 40, but what we don't know is RS. So let's see if we can solve it. So 40 is equal to 1/2 of QT times RS. In other words, if I take the difference of this measurement minus this measurement and I divide it in half, I have to get 40. So then the difference needs to be 80, so that when I divide by 1/2, I get 40. That should be technically an M. Hopefully you knew what I was referring to there, right? So see, this needs to be 80, this difference, so that when I cut it in half, I'm back to 40. And that's the same, right, as multiplying both sides by 2. Now, look, what number, when I take it away from 140, gives me 80? That would be 60. So the measurement of RS is going to have to be equal to 60. Alternate solution, you would add the MRS and you would subtract the 80. Okay, that's another way to do it. It would just take you a little bit more time. Now, to check your answer, think about it. If it was 60, let's take 140 and let's subtract away 60. That gives me 80. And then 1/2 of 80 gives me 40. Now, a common thing that might have led you to get answer C is some people might have gotten the addition rule confused with the subtraction rule. Now, and when I talk about addition rule and subtraction rule, I mean the rule that has to do with adding and the rule that has to do with subtracting. So this is the rule that has to do with subtracting, because you're taking the difference of the arc measurements. However, sometimes what we get, here's just a diameter, and here is another one. And actually, we could even make this a little bit easier. And why don't I just connect this and this? So in the case where you connect two chords like this, then this is half the sum of QR and ST. So if you got 90, what you did was you most likely added them rather than subtracted them, and that might have been the reason that happened. I'm just, offering a possible suggestion there. All right, folks, so if you were able to get the answer of 60, congratulations, amazing. Otherwise, please make sure you go back and maybe check some of my work against yours. Thank you so much for being part of DoNow Video 100. Best of luck with today's activities. Don't forget to love math, and remember, you can do it.